Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kakasungura YouTube channel. Politics aside, I want to face this issue logically. Today, I have seen Rigathi Gachagua saying that William Ruto was just seated somewhere and Raila Odinga went to beg him so that they can end the demonstrations. And Gachagua further says that Raila Odinga was begging Ruto to give him a strategy on how to exit the demonstrations. Imagine Rigathi is speaking those lies right on the church pulpit as pastors watch, as bishops watch. Any serious Kenyan can tell those are pure lies. Gachagua is claiming that Baba went to William Ruto and begged and requested for William Ruto to give them a strategy on how to exit the Kenyan politics. Gachagua further brags that if Raila Odinga wants to have a discussion, he must face Parliament. For him, Gachagua and Ruto have no agenda to discuss with Raila Odinga. Now, I want to pour some facts to Gachagua. No matter how bitter they will be, I want to pour them to him. Whether he listens or not, it's none of my business. My work is just to wash hands like Pilate did. Before Gachagua comes in public to deny or to say that they have no agenda to discuss with Raila Odinga, there are some questions he needs to ask himself. Before he goes into church to say that Raila is a nobody in this country, that's what he was saying today. Raila has never been voted for. Raila is a nobody in this country, and so the only discussion they will have is first Raila acknowledges Ruto as the president, and the next agenda is to discuss his retirement to Bondo. Before Rigathi brags with those, I know the 2,000 kids cannot comprehend this. They can't understand. The 2,000 kids who support Kenya Kwanza, when they see Rigathi saying that, they just feel proud. Rigathi has spoken. Rigathi is bold. Rigathi has sent Raila. Rigathi has done what? You know, such a kind of a bragging. But these kids, they do not have a history at all on who Raila Odinga is. I have seen them clubbing somewhere. When Rigathi says Raila is a nobody, I see the 2,000 kids clapping and celebrating. Hey, you know, Rigathi has put Raila to where he belongs. Now, kids, listen, including Ichungwa. I want to school you now. Before you start yelling, before you start bwekering, sit down and ask yourself why the most feared president in the Republic of Kenya, in Africa, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, swallowed his pride and went to seek Raila Odinga's support. Ask yourself why. Before you come and start making noise, that is a simple understanding. You should first go back to history and ask people to tell you what made Moi the most brutal president to go and look for Raila Odinga where he was so that they can cooperate. Before Rigathi, you begin to make noise. I'm just helping you. Go and ask why Kibaki had to calm down, swallow the pride, eat his humble pie, akaenda kutafuta Raila for a grand coalition government. Ask yourself that question. Why did Kibaki go to Raila Odinga and not Raila who came to Kibaki? Ask yourself, mbona Kibaki akaenda kutafuta Raila kupitia Kofi Annan? Why? Just recently in 2017, that's early 2018, Ruto was there in that government. Ask him why Uhuru Kenyatta had to abandon Ruto in the forest. Why Uhuru Kenyatta had to abandon members of parliament affiliated to Jubilee in the forest. He chickened out at night to go and look for Raila Odinga. When you ask yourself those questions, once you have the answers, then come back in public and tell us what you got. Moi was not stupid to go and look for Raila Odinga. Kibaki was not a coward to go to look for Raila Odinga. Uhuru Kenyatta was not a new fight to go and look for Raila Odinga. Before you say Raila is a nobody, ask yourself why the three presidents who have served after you go out to look for Raila Odinga. And let me tell you, Rigadi, I want to advise you. I'm too young to advise you, but let me do so. Because it's my right anyway. And I know I'm also a public figure. And few days to come, maybe, we shall be referring to this video. Wale mnakumbuka video nilifanya about IMF, International Monetary Fund. Wale mnakumbuka video nilifanya about retrenching some of the public, some of the civil servants. Mnakumbuka hiyo video nilifanya last year November 2022. It's coming to pass. Mumeona kwa mitandao kuna retrenchment that is looming. Kwa sababu serikali imekosa pesa. When that time comes for retrenchment, I will remind you of my video I did last year November. Now, I want to advise, not even Ruto, let me advise Gachagua and his cronies. That is Ichungwa and the rest. I want to advise you. William Ruto does not give handshakes. Rigathi Gachagua doesn't give handshakes. You don't shake Raila as hand willingly. You are forced to. Ruto cannot willingly shake Raila Odinga as he is forced to. So in simple terms, sio kupenda kwa Ruto aenda kushikana mikono na Raila. Sio kwanza wewe hautakuwapo. Sijui mbona wewe yani Rigathi sijui wewe utaona news kwa TV kama watu wengine. Just wachana na maringo. Stop this. Wachana na hii maringo uko nayo. Handshake hautakumbukwa hata. Wewe utaiona tu breaking news kwa TV unaona Raila wamesalimiana na Ruto. Kama itakuwapo. So, hii maringo yote uko nayo hii mnabweka hapa. It doesn't add any value. Why? You are not the person who gives handshakes in this country. Handshakes are initiated by Western countries who have interest in Kenya. So, sio kupenda eti Ruto aende kutafuta Raila. He is forced to. Handshake sio Raila anapeana. Hapana. Handshake si kupenda kwa Raila. Handshake si kupenda kwa Ruto. Handshake si kupenda kwa Rigathi. No. Handshake inaletwa and it's being forced for the sake of peace and the stability of a country. Beyond William Ruto, there is a country. Beyond Raila, there is a country. beyond Rigathi, there is a country. So, the three of you have no decision over a handshake. You have no decision. The decision is made by people who are more powerful than your offices. So I don't see the reason why Rigathi is bragging this way, yet it cannot be even on the table that we'll be negotiating about the handshake. Ask William Ruto. William Ruto was there in 2018. He was chilling with just the now first lady, Rachel. They was just chilling in the house. Wametoka kukamua ng'ombe huko Sugoi, kurudi kwa nyumba wanapatana na breaking news kwa TV. Ati Raila na Ruto ati Raila na Uhuru wamesalimiana. Ruto was not for the handshake. Kama kuna mtu alikuwa anapigana handshake ya 2018 is Ruto. Vile Gachagua anapigana na hii. But nataka nikwambie ndugu, Gachagua pole. Few months from now narudi hapa kukupatia pole. Kwa hii vita yote, if you are not careful, wewe ndio kondoo ambayo itapewa sacrifice. Wewe ndio utachinjwa Kenya ipone. Wewe ndio utachinjwa handshake ifanyike kama itakuwapo. Wewe ndio utachinjwa Kenya ipate amani. So stop bragging. Sai ni mapema. Haujamaliza hata mwaka kwa ofisi. Stop bragging please. Afadhali Ruto alikuwa amemaliza miaka 5 in the past government. Wewe haujamaliza hata mwaka bado, yani unatembelea kwa mawingu hapa as if you are God. Ndugu, kanyaga pole pole. Hii Kenya ikiamua kukufrustrate, especially if Raila decides to frustrate you Rigathi Gachagua as an individual, hii Kenya utakosa mahali pa kutembea. Anyway, it's my simple advice. Mimi nimekupatia advice kama Kakasungura. You take it or leave it. God bless you. Asanteni sana. See you in the next video.